everyone. This session is focused on deploying modern containerized apps and cloud-native databases at scale. Welcome, and thank you for joining us. We will share the latest and greatest news for Azure Container Apps and Azure Cosmos DB, explore some great demos, and hear customer stories. I'm Darya Grigoriou, PM Manager for Emerging App Patterns, and I will be your guide for this session, along with Kendall Roden and Justine Kochi. The fast pace of business today requires accelerated app innovation. This app innovation we see all around us is increasingly cloud-native. There are many definitions for cloud-native patterns. You probably have your own definition. The Cloud-Native Computing Foundation envisions cloud-native apps to be loosely coupled, resilient, manageable, and observable. Cloud-native apps should maximize your business impact and minimize the engineering effort required to achieve that business impact. Azure provides all you need to build and run your next cloud-native app. From managed Kubernetes, serverless containers and serverless functions, to planet-scale managed databases with high-quality vision, speech, language, and decision-making AI models. All the different tech stack choices can be beneficial, but sometimes they can also be overwhelming. For example, when you think about building microservices, you may see Kubernetes as the only choice. Kubernetes is powerful, but it can also create a daunting learning curve. That is why we looked for options to bring cloud-native benefits closer to developers and minimize the learning curve. This defined our approach to Azure Container Apps, where we can deliver the benefits of cloud-native Kubernetes in a streamlined serverless product. Today, we are happy to announce the Azure Container App Service is generally available and ready for your production apps. You can enjoy true serverless containers for your apps and microservices. The Azure Container App Service is built on the strong open source foundation of the Kubernetes ecosystem. This runs on the Azure Kubernetes Service and integrates CNCF projects like Dapr, Kida, and Envoy. Because we handle managing infrastructure, you can focus on your apps and the business value that is unique and differentiated for your specific solution. Not only that, but you can enjoy serverless scale based on events to align with your specific requirements and customer demand patterns. Building Azure Container Apps on open source unlocks app portability powered by open standards and open APIs. The Distributed Application Runtime, or DAPR, is a great example for encapsulating best practices for cloud-native microservice standards, including service discovery, pub/sub message broker integration, encryption, observability, and more. DAPR's component model decouples the tech stack from your code, making it agnostic to hosting environment and enabling app portability. Building on open source is also very empowering. You can always contribute to open source projects we include in our service and directly impact service capabilities. Azure Container Apps delivers an app-centric hosting model. We don't enforce an opinionated programming model. You can bring any Linux container and use your favorite programming language. We focus on creating the best developer experience to contribute to your productivity. Azure Container Apps is the only serverless container solution offering a combination of robust built-in HTTP-based auto-scaling, including scale to zero, and event-driven auto-scale to run containers that may be processing messages from queues, streams, or databases. You can run containers and scale in response to HTTP traffic or a growing list of Kida-supported scale triggers, including Azure Event Hub, Apache Kafka, RabbitMQ, MongoDB, and more. Scale to zero and pay for only what you use by the second. You may be wondering what you can build with Azure Container Apps. This is a powerful service, so you can definitely explore interesting solutions that include microservices, API endpoints, web apps, event-driven processing, and background processing. With each of these solutions, you can scale dynamically based on HTTP traffic, CPU or memory usage, or events with any Kata-supported scaler. Let's explore the Azure Container App Service with a demo presented by Kendall Roden. All the scenarios we reviewed are supported by a set of new features we delivered between public preview and general availability. These features are based on feedback from the community. You can now use a custom VNet, configure managed identity and custom domains, define health probes based on Kubernetes health probes, observe the behavior of your app, and accelerate app development with Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code tooling support. The insight and feedback we receive from our customers is vital for defining features for the Azure Container App Service. Let's hear from Dipesh Rathod, technical engineer at H&M.
In addition to making it easier for teams to deploy, manage, maintain, and grow their application workloads on Azure Container Apps, we also want to emphasize our commitment to maintaining app portability. A core benefit of containerization is encapsulating your code and dependencies to achieve a consistent and flexible hosting experience across various infrastructure platforms. This principle is respected by container apps, making it easy for you to deploy the same container images across a portfolio of container hosting options in Azure. Throughout this session, we have highlighted the open source foundation on which Azure Container Apps is built. This deep integration with open source technology enables teams to build and run applications powered by Kubernetes and open standards without the operational overhead and management complexity of working with the Kubernetes platform or its APIs directly. However, workloads and teams evolve, and potential for new requirements, integrations, or feature needs over time may arise. Should a team need access to lower-level APIs or advanced capabilities outside of the serverless model provided by Azure Container Apps, they can take many of the assets in Container Apps and translate them with low overhead to a service like Azure Kubernetes Service. Let's take a look.
We explored how Azure Container Apps supports serverless containers for microservices. With Azure Container Apps, you have the freedom to code in your favorite development language with no opinionated programming model or base images required by the service. You can accelerate development with built-in Docker integration to simplify common microservices requirements like event processing, PubSub, and service invocation. Adding to opportunities to optimize productivity, we continuously and intentionally streamline the Azure Container Apps developer experience. You can delegate infrastructure management to the Azure Container App Service, including application lifecycle tasks such as application upgrades and versioning, traffic shifting, monitoring, and more. As your business grows, you can address global demand with serverless scale based on events. We're excited to see what you and your team will build with the Azure Container App Service. Next, let's talk to Justine Kochi about the importance of having a database that can scale with your app.
Thanks, Daria. We just learned how Azure Container Apps empowers you to build and scale apps and microservices with serverless containers. When building scalable apps in the cloud, it's also important to have a database that can scale and adapt in real time as data comes in and over time as your app's data needs unfold. Modern apps often interact with data from many sources, whether it be events between microservices or input from users. A database flexible enough to handle it all while maintaining performance is critical to success. Application developers need to leverage data in new ways to respond to these evolving requirements. NoSQL databases address these needs, by allowing dynamic schemas and providing the ability to manage high volumes of disparate data types from many varied sources. They scale out horizontally, giving developers peace of mind that their database will grow with their application's needs, all without having to upgrade to a bigger machine. Azure Cosmos DB is a great NoSQL database choice for these modern apps. It will seamlessly scale out with your storage and throughput needs, and it guarantees speed at any scale with single-digit millisecond response times. You can use SDKs for many popular languages to develop against several different APIs, including open source options like the API for MongoDB. Global app development is faster and more productive thanks to turnkey multi-region data distribution anywhere in the world. Azure Cosmos DB is a mission-critical ready with SLA-backed availability and enterprise-grade security. As a fully managed service, there is automatic management, updates, and patching, so you don't have to worry about database administration. It also handles capacity management with cost-effective serverless and automatic scaling options that respond to application needs to match capacity with demand. Azure Cosmos DB powers many real-time apps around the globe across various industries and spanning many use cases. This includes applications that experience unpredictable spikes and dips in traffic and generate a lot of data, such as IoT device telemetry. Apps that require personalization and retail recommendations to deliver real-time user experiences, and apps with distributed users across multiple regions. This is just a small subset of what you can do with Azure Cosmos DB. We now have a few of our customers here to talk about how it's an integral part of their cloud-native applications. Now let's hear from Dustin Brown at SitePro and Bob Lowell at Walmart, who will share how they're using Azure Cosmos DB to power scalable applications.
Hello, Microsoft Build 2022 attendees. My name is Dustin Brown. I'm the Director of Technology for an awesome company called SitePro. SitePro is a very innovative automation software company. We operate from the edge to the cloud and everywhere in between. There's literally nothing we can't automate, but we've primarily focused on 3 verticals right now. We're in agriculture, energy, and municipal water. So a lot of our code manages very critical infrastructure, and we have to be reliant on technology from our partners like Azure Cosmos DB from Microsoft Azure. Now we use every tool in the Azure toolbox, but Cosmos is one of our favorite. It is the best native NoSQL solution in Azure. Cosmos DB for us is a no-brainer, right? It's simple to use, it scales our business needs, it provides us serverless functionality, and really hits the mark for the developers when they need to get ramped up quickly. One of the key things that we leverage it for is our data and analytics. It is our summary data endpoint. It is where the resting data lives. It is also a place where we retain the source of truth. So all of the log data, everything that's working in the fields, that's coming in from every sensor, pump, tank, every alarm, every decision that someone's made in terms of like changing a configuration, we have a change feed, we store all those logs in Azure Cosmos DB. That gives us an easy way to surface this information, go back, do the research, or actually just display it in any of our native apps. This enables people that are our end users to make better decisions, and they are able to do it with the reliability that Azure Cosmos DB gives us, which is 5 nines. And also, we can turn up and turn down Azure Cosmos collections with ease, even from the Azure CLI, which is awesome. All in all, I will say this, Azure Cosmos DB is worth a run. If you're using Azure and you have a NoSQL need, you've got to check out Cosmos DB.
Thank you, Dustin and Bob, for sharing how you use Azure Cosmos DB to power applications of any scale. Today, we're excited to announce new features that will continue to help customers build awesome applications. First, we have an improved free trial experience that will make it easy to learn and develop against Azure Cosmos DB in the cloud for 30 days at no cost and with no credit card or commitment. You can now upgrade your SQL API account and migrate your trial data to a production account anytime within the 30-day period. We're also announcing features that will help you build mission-critical apps of any size, including role-based access control for Azure Cosmos DB's API for MongoDB. It allows you to authorize your data requests with a fine-grained, role-based permission model, as well as audit each of the user's actions via the Azure Cosmos DB diagnostic logs. In addition, we're announcing a 7-day free continuous backup and point-in-time restore for all APIs, which will help you recover from accidental changes to an account, database, or container. We're improving our serverless offering and now enable you to scale your database up to 1 terabyte while only being charged for the storage and throughput you use. Serverless is best for workloads with intermittent and unpredictable traffic and is a great cost-effective way to get started using Azure Cosmos DB. For workloads with consistent traffic, the Azure Cosmos DB provision throughput model automatically scales and offers guaranteed performance with high availability and fast reads and writes. We also recently announced the ability to scale 4 times lower to be even more cost-effective for small workloads. There are also many new elasticity improvements in preview that will help you achieve the best database performance for workloads of any scale, including hierarchical partition keys, partition merge, burst capacity, and the ability to fine-tune RUs across your partitions. These new preview features will work together to save you money while simultaneously making your workload more resilient to spikes in traffic. Let's show the power of these new features through a demo. Features will help Azure Cosmos DB seamlessly scale with your application and respond to spikes in your workload traffic while keeping your costs low. This will give you confidence that your database is just as flexible and scalable as modern cloud-native apps demand. In this session, we explored Azure Container Apps and Azure Cosmos DB. Azure Container Apps is a great way to deploy your modern containerized apps. Visit aka.ms/Azure Container Apps to learn more about this fully managed serverless container service and the awesome features we demonstrated today. Azure Cosmos DB is a great fully managed NoSQL database for those applications. Visit aka.ms/Get Azure Cosmos DB to learn more and to get started for free with no commitments or credit card needed for the first 30 days. These services together, combined with the broader Azure ecosystem, deliver complete and comprehensive solutions for your business needs. And that is the power of Azure. Be sure to also check out learn.microsoft.com for more great content and hands-on sessions to help you build serverless and containerized apps on Azure. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this session.